Welcome back. This is the MJ Show. I'm your host Mihir Joshi, and I'm here with three fantastic musicians today. To begin with, we're going to get a fourth guest joining us very soon. Two of these people you've already seen in season 1 of the MJ Show. We had Shaan and we've had Gourav Dasgupta. We've spoken with them about what they were doing at that point of time, and both of them had mentioned that they were getting a group together, a band called Superbia, which is doing some absolutely fabulous things. And so we're going to find out a lot more about Superbia today. We're going to find out what they are doing. They've released an album, they've got movie songs coming out, they've got ads that they're doing, television music, a whole bunch of things are happening with them. I'm going to find out all about it right here on the MJ Show. So let's welcome on the show Shaan, Gourav and Roshin, the three members of Superbia. Welcome back to the show. It's great to have you guys here, and we've got, why don't you introduce the third member of Superbia who's here? Of course you guys know Shaan and Gourav, so let's introduce everybody.
Tell us you don't know his name?
Of course I know
his
name.
Stay away from this thing?
No.
Of course, it's Roshin Balu.
Yay!
Roshin Balu completes this Superbia in Superbia. And he really is, recently due to certain very, circumstances, Roshin left us for almost 10 days. Yeah. Was it just a week? Felt like forever. Yeah, we were like really paralyzed without his presence and without his wonderful,
the work that he does,
together,
that sort of gels Superbia together.
Yeah.
But before we find out what all you guys are doing, what is Superbia for the few people who may not know about it right now? Tell me a little bit about it.
Superbia means pride in Latin, so that sums it up, because somehow Shaan, Roshin and Gourav mean pride in some way.
Right.
And I think it's the perfect name Shaan came up with. And I think Superbia is an electro rock super group doing music 360 degrees, so you'll be hearing a lot from us, be it film music, albums, ads, jingles, television and live, so be tuned.
So
just to add, it's not the only genre that we do.
Yeah, but there's a lot more that you guys are doing.
The sound when we're going live.
When you're going live,
but
correct.
Otherwise, yeah.
No, but you guys are actually, we've been talking about this for a while off camera, and you guys have been like super busy in the last few months doing a lot of stuff. I know you got some movies signed up, and you got making music for movies. You got a television show that you guys are making music for, and I believe Roshin was telling me that the television show is actually being, the music that you're making for it is going to be released as an album as well.
Right. The first time that's
happening in India, I guess.
Right.
You got, I know both of you been making jingles for like long time.
Right.
So now as Superbia, you guys are doing that as well.
Of course.
And you've had an album which you've released recently.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about the album in depth a little later. But right now, so tell me a little bit about some of the projects that you guys have been working on. Firstly, how did Superbia come into existence? I know you've known each other for a long time. But how did you decide that, or when did you realize that, okay, it's about time that I get a band
The
together?
first time I met Gourav, I decided I never want to meet him again. We had this crazy we had a recording session that didn't go right.
This is like 7.5, 8 years back.
Yeah,
My first ever recording.
And Gourav was down in Mumbai, and the scales a little, I don't know, maybe it wasn't my best day. Whatever happened, and then after that, cut to quite a few years later, and all put in the, all forgotten dust. Bygones. Then we meet again afresh, and then suddenly I'm like, wow, dude, this guy's like really talented. He's really good at what he does.
Yeah.
And I think somewhere through his head he's saying, this guy's not as bad as I thought he was. And but it took Roshin to come up with, together we can really, put up some good songs.
Yeah.
And so we gave it a thought, and we said, yes, let's get this together and let's make a band and let's do it all. Because the band is because, of course, while Roshin's a fantastic producer, programmer, we can use that talent to actually create live music.
Correct.
Gourav is one of the best guitar players I've heard,
And I'll agree with that.
And everyone does. And he's instinctive. He's, he can just, take off. He doesn't really need to read a score to, sort of play the guitar. So it's fantastic.
And there can't be a better singer than Shaan. Yeah, you can't have a better singer than Shaan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So we said,
there's like David Coverdale, Stevie Wonder, Shaan. We have.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pressure mounting. But having said that, so then, and just not that. Even my I'm a composer's son, so there was always that. Desire to compose, but I wouldn't know how.
And somehow we come from the same musical headspace somewhere down the line, grown up with the same kind of music, 80s rock, pop, that whole. So that was common. Like,
And you know what? I heard the album that you guys have put out, and I see what you mean when you describe that, you know, electro rock is the kind of space. Because I also saw the album launch happened at Hard Rock Cafe a couple of weeks ago, and I love the energy that you have in the live performances. And I'm sure for you, I mean, considering you must have done like 10,000 shows by now, it must be a different experience.
No, I think about 9,000.
Now, just missed it by a few, but you know.
Don't exaggerate. I'm just a humble person.
When he does his 10,000 show, we'll have another show to talk about that. But considering you've been singing for so long, it must have been a very different experience for you to sing live with the kind of setting that you had for this band. You know, I mean, for
yeah, of course. See, though, whenever you try something new, you try something different. It always brings back that sense of challenge, that sense of like, let's see how this works.
Yeah.
So that anticipation to how the audience is going to take this. And the whole idea is to not to, again, go back and do the same thing that I've been doing all the while. So
Correct.
when we do this, we wanted to create something that is different for even
all
Gourav's been
of
a part
us.
of
We want to
band,
reinvent
Roshin's,
the whole sound.
So create a different space, have some fun.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
and you only you grow with experience, and so, but you don't want to start on a safe footing and say, okay, this is working, let's keep doing this only.
No, I mean,
so it's nice.
To be very frank, I was very happy to see that, everybody knows Shaan, and you all know his songs, you love his music, you know how he sounds and everything. But when you see this band play live, it's going to be a different experience for you, because I saw a different version of Shaan on stage that day.
Yeah,
in terms of the
so
way
far
you
about the
come
film
out.
songs or the kind of songs that even I've been writing for myself has
Correct.
been the soft, mushy.
Yeah.
But here, I mean, keeping the romance element going, there's something intense, something
Yeah.
that's a little more
A little
grunge,
edgier,
a little
yeah.
edgier, so
Correct.
it's fun.
You need to keep reinventing yourself.
No, absolutely.
As artists.
Correct.
So we are trying to do that, and I think.
And you know what, I got to say something. Shaan just mentioned how Gourav is an awesome guitar player. I know you've just become one of India's first endorsees
One
for
of not the only.
the only endorsee for Ibanez
Ibanez
guitars in
guitars,
India.
yes.
So congratulations for
Thank
that,
you
my
so
friend.
much. Thank you so much.
Really, really
Thank
happy
you so
for
much.
you. This
That
is an
is an
Ibanez. This is an
yeah,
Ibanez
yeah.
acoustic,
Yeah,
but
thank you
he's
so
going to
much.
have this awesome Ibanez electric guitar as well, which you will see.
Well, thanks to musicians Small.
Fabulous
for
stuff.
making this happen.
Fabulous stuff. So
Yep.
you know what? How about we end the first segment
Yeah.
with a Superbia song, which is not on the album right now. Maybe something that you guys
Of course.
played live.
Yeah.
Because I remember you guys played a few songs which were not on the album live
Right,
as well that
right,
day.
right,
So
right, right.
how about something
Sure.
that you guys have
Sure.
done?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Okay.
Hang on. Roshan's going subtle touches on the countdown. जीना बिन तेरे नामुमकिन सा हुआ सोचूं तुझे हर पल तुझे चाहूं बेपनाह कैसा है दिलों का ये सिलसिला तेरा मेरा मिलना क्या ख्वाब था अभी जो जिंदगी बेवजह है अभी जो मेरे दिल के खुदा अभी जो मुंतज़िर ये समा है ख्वाबों से चल के अभी जा ख्वाबों से चल के अभी जा अभी जा
All right. Abhija was the track, and Superbia's brand new song. Are you going to be releasing this as a
Yes,
single or
very
something
soon,
sometime
very
soon?
At the moment, it's just one of the songs.
One of the songs that they worked out. There you go, exclusive. It's not yet out in the market. You've not heard it on YouTube or anything. You're hearing it first on the MJ show, or if you watch them perform this live. I'm going to talk a little bit more with Superbia, but that's going to happen after a very short break. So don't go anywhere.